Just a quick disclaimer here, guys. This is simple and in my own words. I am not an expert in the stock market. My words, the ideas shared, and actions should not be taken as financial advice. Please do your own research and execute your own plan. Trading the stock market can be very risky. Just to add to this a little bit, I'm just a regular guy who has a full-time job, but also who's very passionate about trading the stock market. And I'm just here to share what I do and how I do it. Um, and that's pretty much it. Thank you for your time for watching. I hope you enjoy it. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop a line below the video. It would mean the world to me if you subscribe or like the video. Um, Other than that, please enjoy and let's have fun. Hello, everybody. Luis here with Let's Do This. Wanted to make a quick video, and the reason for this video, I want to talk about a small account trading plan that I've been working on for myself. Basically, just setting some key points to focus on to grow this account consistently. So, without much further ado, let's get right to it. First things first, I wanted to do a quick reality check. And this plan basically is as real as it gets. And what I mean by this is I am a real person that have two jobs, not one, but two full-time jobs. Most people have one job, maybe a part-time job. Majority of people just have the one job. Some actually just work part-time. In my case, I actually have two full-time jobs. The reason I do this is because I don't want to have to worry about my bills not being paid. I'm also trying to save money. It's a combination of paying down some of my debt, saving money, being comfortable to be able to provide for my family. So this is not a long-term plan. This is a short-term plan, but that's my reality, and that's where I am right now. The second point I wanted to make is this is 100% real trading emotions. And, where I'm going with this is trading is a very psychological job, if you will. Not having the right state of mind can cause you to basically lose a lot of money, if not all of it. And there is people out there who recommend paper trading, and I have done that in the past, and it's all great. But paper trading is great to, number one, get comfortable with the platform you're using. Number two, get comfortable with a strategy, maybe learn how stocks behave, how they react, etc. But one key aspect that goes out the window is the emotions. When you're trading with fake money, you truly don't care all that much, and not caring means that you can kind of trade a little bit reckless, meaning let me see if I'm right, or let me see if I'm wrong. The only emotions you probably have when you're paper trading is the excitement of being right, and the like the bad feeling of I didn't get that one right. I was wrong on that one. But other than that, you carry on with your day. It's not gonna bother you at all whatever amount of money you lost on a paper trade, whether it's small or big. It's fake money. And when you're trading with real money, that's one aspect that paper trade doesn't provide. And again, just speaking from my own experience. So just wanted to point that out. Some of the gurus out there that you may be familiar with and may have heard of, you got Ross from Warrior Trading. He's a well-known trader, penny stock trader. He grew a small account from $583 into $1 million in just a couple of years. And yes, it was a great achievement. Um, and of course, he had real emotions as a trader to a certain extent. But one thing that he didn't have to worry about was the added pressure of having to pay his bills. He was already a well known and made successful trader. He probably doesn't have a mortgage to pay, uh, has no worries to pay his bills. He's got an actual business which is running, which is warrior trading, right? Uh, and even if that was a non-profitable business, uh, whatever profits he's made on his previous years are big enough, and he's comfortable enough to not have to worry about that, and leave that little bit of pressure out of his mind. So his only focus is really winning or losing when he's trading at that point. And I think it's an advantage. Once you've made it that far, then in essence, the only pressure that he really had was, putting himself out there in the public, uh, just to kind of prove that it's doable. And yes, of course, it's doable. Um, Now, can someone like me do it? I certainly think I can. Maybe not as fast as he did. Maybe I can. Who knows? We'll find out. But uh, I am definitely going to have slightly different emotions and pressures um, than the ones that he had. So the next person that you may be familiar with, some of you, maybe some of you are not, is our buddy Sean Deckmark from Tradecaster. Um, so you can see him there sitting in a couch in his condo, overlooking a nice view of New York City, smiling, very relaxed. Trust me when I tell you, he's not stressing about bills not being paid. And don't get me wrong, I learned a lot from both of these guys. Um, they're very different traders, but they're both good at what they do. They're very consistent. Sean brings a level of energy that I have never seen anybody bring. There's tons of other traders out there that I've tried and followed, and by far, Deck is the one that has the most energetic chat room out there, in my opinion. He's great, but again, when you have a small account challenge, yes, you're proving that it can be done. But when you're that comfortable, I think it makes life a little bit easier. In my case, it's definitely 100% going to be a challenge. Um, but I'm confident that I'm gonna make it. And a wise person out there once told me that I gotta put myself in uncomfortable situations and be comfortable being putting myself in uncomfortable situations. And this is, I think, a way of doing this, putting myself out there to the public and basically stating my plan and see where it takes me. So, moving on. Well, there are many others. I've already mentioned that, but yeah, probably not worth mentioning. I think these two guys are, in my opinion, the two most popular ones that out there, and worth mentioning. And yeah, so my initial starting balance is going to be roughly around $330. What I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to be selling some money I have in crypto right now. And this will be the money that I will use to fund the account. And as a matter of fact, I'm just gonna pull it up and do it right now. I actually Let me see if nope, I have a pending order out there that I had placed sometime last week. Somewhere around here, I put it for $22, thinking that, especially as it was moving back up, we were gonna retest that high of $22 on AVAX. And it almost got there, got here. The high on this candle is like 21.70, 69, something like that. Uh, Somewhere in here. It's 21.60s, something like that. It was almost getting there. I thought I was gonna get it, but didn't happen. It's been retracing. And now we're kind of sitting here in this little consolidation. I think it might still go up, but um, it's no better time than now, and there's never going to be the perfect time. So let me just see here. Trade. There we go. There's my order that's open. As you can see, I have a set limit order for $22. I only have about 18 and change AVAX. If it had been sold at 22, it would have been almost $400. I believe the price that it's at now is going to give me only around 330 and change, maybe. So I'm just going to cancel this. And let's go to trade again. Do AVAX. All right, so let's see if I do market. I don't know if I want to do market. 1830. So let's just put it at the price is at. And I want to sell all of it. So there we go. It's going to be about $329 if I get filled pretty much right away. Minus a fee. So let's see. I think I got that in. Yep. All right. So there's that. Guess let's see. Yeah. So it hasn't been filled yet. Let's see if it get filled in the next few minutes or so. Maybe move this out of the screen. And I'll leave it there for now. But so yeah, that's gonna be my starting balance approximately. My first goal obviously is going to be to grow those $330 to $1,000. And I'm going to give myself a time frame of a month to reach it. My account it's a cash account, it's not a margin account, which means I can trade my entire balance in one day and then trade it again the next day as it'll settle. Since it is a cash account, it'll settle in just one business day. So that way I don't have to worry about the PDT rule. If it was a margin account, I would only be able to trade 3 times during a 5-day rolling period. So not ideal. Now, I will only be trading options. I will not be trading penny stocks or any type of stocks, shares in general, period. I did that a while back. I tried it obviously as I was learning from Ross and Sean Deckmark and some of the other traders out there. Tim Sykes, tried the whole penny stock deal, and it just wasn't working for me. To try very hard, and it just didn't happen. So then I started learning about options, and I feel that with options, you're able to trade the larger companies, and it's a little bit more, I don't want to say predictable, but larger companies are a little more stable. You still gotta know what to do, what you're doing, and how to do it in order to be profitable. It's not as easy, even though some people say it is, but I think options is the way to go to really grow this account. I'm only going to be focusing on major blue chip stocks. That's going to be obviously the S&P, SPY. I'm going to stay away from SPX for now. I've seen, the stock, the options chain on SPX, and on crazy days where SPS at SPY, they go either on a massive bull rally or a sell-off, on one of those Fed days or whatnot, and the premium on SPX, I've seen it go from nothing. I mean, like $1.50 to $2, right, as a starting point, all the way to $30 or $40. I mean, it's insane, but it can happen. With that being said, just as fast as it goes up, it can also go against you. So I think SPX is a little more volatile. So SPY, it moves a little slower, and kind of gives you a little more breathing room and more time to get out if the trade goes against you. So once I build the account and I'm into a decent size, maybe over $2,000 and maybe $2,500 or $3,000, something along those lines, and I can maybe buy one contract for $2 on SPX. Okay, fine, I'll take a gander at it if I see a good setup. But for now, I'm gonna stay away from it. Other blue chips, obviously, your most common ones: Tesla, Nvidia, AMD, Amazon, Meta, Google, Microsoft. There might be a couple others out there that I may have missed, but you get the idea. In general, these are the ones that I'm going to be looking at. I'm only going to be trying to focus on options contracts within a range of 75 cents to $1.50. Obviously, I only have $330 to focus on, which means that I would only be able to buy a $3 option, give or take, approximately, right? With commissions and all of that, $330 or a $3.30 option, if I buy just the one contract. So, because of my account size, that's why I'm only going to be focusing on the smaller end of it, meaning that if I buy one contract, I'm only putting in half of the account at risk, right? And then obviously it's not like I'm just gonna hold it and let it expire worthless. If it goes against me, have a plan with the stop losses, and execute it accordingly if it goes against me. And then if it goes, for me, then at the same time trying to control the emotions of greed, not get greedy, and respect the levels, and try to execute my exits accordingly and take the profit when it's necessary. So specific setups that I'm going to try to focus on, and these are just some of the things that I've done lately on paper trade, just trying to get comfortable with certain scenarios that I've seen work for me. Either 5-minute or 15-minute extensions from EMAs and VWAP. I'm not going to get into too much details as far as what I mean by those. Again, the focus of this video is just to talk about my plan, not so much about the details of the charts and all of that. But as I start um, trading, once I get the account funded, uh, I, w- I would suspect it's going to take a good 5 days or so because I got to transfer the money from Coinbase to my account and then from my account into my broker. And before it is cleared for options, it'll take about 4 business days. So we're about a week away from my first trade or so, right? And once I start trading, I'll do my best to post recaps and post my progress, and hopefully you guys follow along. VWAP bounces or VWAP rejections. Again, that's all depending on how the market is looking and um, what the stock is looking like, and you know all of the above analysis basically. Just a note to self here: remember that after a big day, whether it's a bull rally or sell-off, usually, not all the time, but usually the next day it's a choppy range bound day. And the only reason I'm putting this note to self here is because I've gotten overexcited, and obviously FOMO kicks in uh, on day two, and thinking of, oh my god, I missed the move yesterday and I'm gonna get in the next day because it's just gonna continue whether it's up or down. And sure enough, I get chopped out. uh, I have bad entries, poor analysis, poor execution, um, for not realizing the bigger picture here. So I just gotta kind of put that out there and remember that about myself every time. Not let FOMO kick in. Um, Respect support resistance levels. I kind of mentioned that a minute ago for my entries and exits. On big gap up days, keep in mind that there's a higher chance that bulls will take profit, right? And traders will look for gap fills. It's usually a, um, a popular strategy that people use. So if it's a gap up, it might pop up a little more, and then you'll see the profit taking take off, and then the shorters kick in, and they will just try to fill that gap on the way down. Um, of course, what is the, I put myself a note there in asterisk catalyst. What is the reason for the gap up, right? Try to understand whether it's earnings, was there big news or whatnot. Is the overall market gapping up, and that's what's causing all of the other stocks to gap up. So just kind of keeping that in mind, that it's not just because it's a gap up means that it's gonna sell off, but it's a higher probability, though, at least from what I've seen. Same thing with big gap down days is the opposite, right? Higher chance that bears will cover their positions um, and create that cover pop, and you'll see traders jumping in, try to ride that momentum of bears covering, creating more buying volume and looking to fill that gap. So again, analyzing the catalyst um, on those situations. So that's pretty much it, um, at least for now. I can't really think of anything else that I want to do. I want to try to keep it to these main 4 points and concise. I'm gonna probably print this and kind of have it on the side here on my desk so I can always remember what my plan is. And yeah, I hope you guys follow along and follow me on this journey, and let's make it happen. If you have any questions, any concerns, or comments, not really concerned, but comments, feel free to drop it a line below. And uh, I appreciate your support. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for what's next. Have a good night, guys.